Let's cover some more of the reactions from the debate to dispel the narratives and talking points you're hearing on the right, who are pretending that the Democratic Party is now imploding from within and that Biden will lose all of his support, and things that all kind of boil down to childish nonsense. Because I can guarantee you, if you're voting off of debate performances, you care zero about actual politics.
There might be a bit of a disconnect between some of the anonymous chatter we're hearing from party establishment figures about the panic, frankly, that has set in with what the grassroots supporters of this president are saying. The campaign just announcing in the last few minutes they've raised $14 million, both last night and in the early hours of today.
Since the debate, Joe Biden has now had a massive turnout at the first rally he's done. He's gained $14 million in donations. And the sentiment I'm hearing from anyone who's not in MAGA is, yes, Biden did poorly in the debate, but that doesn't change the fact that he's been a better president than Trump. Yeah, he doesn't speak as well as he used to, but that didn't hinder him from passing 6 major pieces of legislation, 6 times as many as Trump passed, and the only one Trump passed is in the debt. And we're not voting on performance, we're voting on presidential records, especially in this unique scenario where they both have records to run on, and one's is clearly a lot better than the other, especially when the other guy is also a felon and did nothing for the country.
Compared to a person who was lying the whole time, we saw integrity on one side and dishonesty on the other. That's how I saw it.
And what do you say to former President Trump, who blames you for January 6th and says you didn't take his offer for the National Guard?
He thinks I planned my own assassination. He's sicker than I thought.
And this is the sentiment within the Democratic Party itself. Sure, Biden did not present well. We're not cope drinkers. We can admit that. We're not going to deny an election 4 years later. That's what cope is. We can admit when Biden fails, but he still stood with honesty, dignity, respect. He still has the better policies, while the other guy lied and dodged every single question. Fact checkers have counted over 30 lies from Trump. They weren't even asked 30 questions, by the way, and he managed to do this in a span of 90 minutes, mind you. Trump lied about abortion, insulin. He lied about things that he said, things that Biden said. I mean, you can look it over yourself and go through the claims, but I'm sure that those who keep up with politics were able to call them out in real time.
We are getting some breaking news here. New fundraising numbers show last night's showdown between former President Trump and President Biden did not scare away donors on either side. According to the Trump campaign, the former president raised $8 million yesterday. And meanwhile, according to the Biden-Harris campaign, Biden raised $14 million between yesterday and this morning.
Quick double down on the fundraising, not just to, again, rub it in your face. He raised $14 million, but that donors were more confident in Biden after the debate and more confident in Biden than donors were in Trump after the debate, which clearly shows those not biasly bought into the cult respected honesty, respected the record, respected all of this over the performance.
No, look, the election is still months away. Joe Biden is going to work really hard to win every single vote, especially in swing states. And there have been other focus groups, other conversations last night where actually Joe Biden excelled. We saw that happening with groups of Latino undecided voters, where Latinos actually believed that Joe Biden came out on top of the debate, that he spoke to their issues versus someone that, of course, attacks immigrants, attacks Latinos, and doubled down on xenophobic rhetoric again last night, essentially saying that we've somehow uncivilized the country. I mean, this is someone that has called Latinos rapists and murderers. And so as an immigrant myself, I take offense to that and want to ensure that we support someone that's always stood up for our community.
And this is also true. Trump lost more groups of voters than Biden did after the debate. Latino focus groups were heavily favoring Biden after. Undecided voters were favoring Biden after. And these things matter when you take into account the fact that Biden will have the woman vote, the LGBTQ vote, the black vote. Hell, he'll have the pro-choice vote, which is most of the country, by the way. Those who believe in climate change, public school supporters, vaccine mandate supporters. These are all people who aren't going to look at a debate and think, yeah, like, you know, this guy supports all of these things, but he did stutter a lot in the debate. So let's go vote for the guy who is actively against everything we stand for. Only members of a cult would buy into that childish logic.